Hello everyone and welcome to the next video. Now in this video we are going to be talking about an interesting feature which has been added in 2026.1. Now this is an update to the model viewer. Now in 2026 we mentioned how revolutionary it was when the model viewer was updated. Now what that did is it allowed us to view very complex models in kind of a 3D format. Now in 2026.1 they have added something that makes it even much better to view elements of drainage or anything else. Stick around after the intro. When you update Civil 3D 2026.1, what you're going to find that when you select the different corridors, for example, this is the trumpet interchange, which we highlight in the trumpet interchange course. But in case you select the corridors that you want to look at, as we did in the earlier video, so in case you've not watched the video talking about how to use the model viewer, you can check out the link in the description or in the highlight. Now when you select the different corridors and you click add to model viewer, the new thing they've introduced in this case, so I've just selected all the corridors and added them to model viewer. You're going to see almost the elements are the same in this case. What they've added is the first feature is the transparency mode. So transparency mode, in this case, we have a situation where we have an existing drainage structure that's crossing the road in this case, and in this case it's crossing a certain ramp. So what we want to do is we want to be able to activate the transparency mode so that we're able to see what's happening here. And what we can do in this case is we can go to the particular ramp. So for example, I can turn this on and off, and I can see that the ramp we're talking about is ramp D. So now when you right click and select transparency, you can increase and reduce the transparency in this case. So what happens is you're able to see what's underneath the road. In this case, it's the drainage structure. Now, if you have other elements that are utilities, other elements in terms of drainage structures, bridge structures, you're able to view them. Now, the other element that you should notice is that you cannot be able to do that with blocks. That's the only limitation I've noticed, is that, for example, my bridge is a block. So when I turn it on and off and I right-click transparency, currently transparency has not been enabled for the different blocks. And that's one of the limitations. But again, what you can do is you can go to the different corridors, for example, ramp C, click activate transparency, and you can turn the transparency on and off, which I find that to be an added feature in terms of you need to look at drainage structures and all. So the other feature they've added is the station tracker. So now when you turn on station tracker and you go in your model viewport, in this case, I'm going to look at ramp C, and you hover your mouse, you can see the station tracker moves along that section. So for example, that you can see a station tracker is moving. This is very important when you're explaining to people. So let's say you're on your computer and you are displaying on the screen. It makes it much easier in that I can have my model, for example, the Civil 3D model on my computer and the model viewer extended on another screen. And when I'm demonstrating, I can explain it in details. For example, I can say the area where we're having very large cuts is in this section here, and I can highlight that in case. So you can turn on the station tracker, which shows where you're clicking in the model space and also in the viewport. So the beauty with the station tracker is that you are able to click in the model space and it can show you where you are literally in the model viewer. Very important when you're doing presentations and you're trying to layer out and indicate where everything is located. Now, the other thing they've also added is something to do with interference. You can confirm elements that are interfering. That's not something I'm demonstrating in this case, but it's something that has been added in that case. So if you want to see the other features that have been added to Civil 3D 2026.1, check out our other videos on the channel. If you've liked this video, remember to like so that the video is recommended to other people. And in case you want to know more when more videos come out, check out our Highway Academy YouTube channel.